In the last video, I talked about how two nervous systems interact with each other in real time and how that can either escalate a conversation or begin to calm it down. But once you start to understand that, there's something that can feel a little frustrating. Because even when you know all this, you might still have moments where you react, moments where you say something you didn't mean, or feel like you lost yourself a little bit in the conversation. And afterward, you can see it clearly. You think, I knew better than that. So why does that still happen? If you really pay attention to your own experience, you probably notice something. It's not the same every time. There are moments where you feel steady, present, like you have space to respond. And then there are other moments where something small happens and your reaction feels much stronger than you expected. Almost like your body moved before you had time to think. And the difference between those moments isn't just awareness, it's capacity. It's understanding something and having the space in your body to stay present with it are two different things. Your nervous system can only hold so much at once, and that capacity changes. Some days you feel more open, more grounded, more able to handle things as they come up. And other days you're already carrying a lot before anything even happens. Stress, mental pressure, physical fatigue, lack of sleep, even pushing yourself hard, whether that's through work, training, or just trying to keep up with everything in your life, can leave your system a little more on edge. So now, when something happens in a conversation, you're not just responding to that moment, you're responding from everything your system was already holding. And when your capacity is lower, it takes less for your body to shift into that reaction. That's why something small can suddenly feel like a lot. You might notice your chest tightening, your breathing changes, your thoughts start speeding up. And in that moment, there's a sense of urgency, like you need to respond right now. And before you even realize it, you already have. Not because you don't understand what to do, but because your system didn't have enough space to do it differently in that moment. And this is where people often become hard on themselves. They think, I should be past this. I already know this. But awareness doesn't immediately change your reactions. It changes your relationship to them. It allows you to start noticing what's happening instead of being completely inside of it. And that noticing is where the shift begins. Not all at once, but gradually. You start to catch it a little earlier. You pause a little sooner. You recover a little faster. And over time, that creates more space between what you feel and how you respond. There's also something else that happens in those moments. Sometimes your reaction isn't just about what's being said. It's about what it reminds your body of. Could be a certain tone, a certain feeling, a certain kind of interaction, and even if it's subtle, your nervous system recognizes it and moves into protection mode. That's why the reaction can feel immediate, even if the situation itself doesn't seem that serious. So When regulation doesn't happen the way you want it to, it's not a failure, it's information. It's showing you where your capacity is and where there's still space to grow. When you start looking at it that way, your focus shifts from trying to be perfect all the time to building something more real, more space, more awareness, more steadiness over time. Because real regulation doesn't mean you never react, it means you're no longer controlled by those reactions. And that's something that develops moment by moment. In the next video, I'll talk about something that a lot of people experience but don't always understand, which is why some arguments don't just end when the conversation ends and why they stay with you afterwards.